Big up everybody and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel again. Welcome to Football Fan View. And here is another video. As usual, I promised that I was going to be trying to get some of these lives for for content purpose now. And in this show, we're going to be talking about some things that has happened in the world of sports generally. And so quickly, welcome back to the channel. Don't forget, if you are here for the first time, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, share. And they cost you money now. Just help me. I beg, help the channel grow. God bless you. Thank you. And let's just run into it. As we can see, once again, another weekend don't come. So we're going to be talking about Arsenal majorly because basically I don't have anybody on the show. If anybody is actually coming on, if you want to come on, you can actually join the show. I'll bring you up and we'll kind of talk. It's just real talk on real football. That's what we want to do. I just want to talk about football. So I'll be talking more about Arsenal probably because in this show that I'm the only one available. So definitely I'm going to be speaking more about Arsenal. So, but not without no further ado, I will also try my best to actually look at some of the match results that has actually taken place, both in the Europa League and the European Conference League. I'm sorry if I don't touch your match, but I try to reach everywhere. And the first one I would like to actually go into will be the game, the one from the UEFA Champions League. That is result from the UEFA Champions League yesterday. Talking about the old match started on is it Tuesday now? Yeah, started on Tuesday. So I'm going to look at the one on Tuesday, and then we'll keep on just take a look at everything that has happened, and then we'll just discuss, and then we'll go to the news overall of what has happened in the week. So now going into these games, the first thing I want to go up is, like I said, it's going to be the UEFA Champions League, because there were a lot of big results in those games, and the first one I will be looking at is the big one, and that is the Aston Villa game. Now the Aston Villa against Club Brugge, because there has been news, telling us that a lot of things has actually gone on when it comes to Aston Villa, and we are not actually expecting. Nobody was expecting the loss, But according to what we have here, I would just like to pick up this here so that you can see that. In goal, we have Martinez, Diego Carlos. Looking at their lineup, I don't think they really rested anybody. I think the team they brought in was good enough to have won the game, but one way or the other, they didn't win the game, and they lost the game 1-0. And it was a shock. The last time this happened, the last time a club from that particular league, that's from Belgium league, beats. It's been a while, but that game, Unai Emery lost. Probably maybe he has one eyes on the game that he has at the weekend. I don't know why, but it was just a poor result for Aston Villa in general. Aston Villa lost 0-1 to Club Brugge. We also have Shakhtar Young Boys playing 2-1. We have Paris Saint-Germain losing to Atletico Madrid 1-2. I think that one, I don't know what is going on with PSG this season. I don't think PSG is helping their matters in their own kit. I don't think they will do well this. I think they've been very, very poor this season. They've tried the way of buying their way through everything, but it has not worked. So I think they are now trying to build the whole process, trying to build everything from the beginning again, like just try to be normal, like not all our normal club do it, and they've not been able to. Diego Simeone's side there, taking the win there. And the one I want to look into is this one. I know everybody will want me to talk about this one. That is the Arsenal lost against Inter. The Arsenal lost against Inter Milan. Now, if you look at the Arsenal lost against Inter Milan, now I have a lot that I want to actually look at in this game. As you can see, I want us to look at this game, and I want us to be fair, to be honest. Let me just display this on the screen so we can see. Okay, so now let's look at this. We have the ball possessions in that game. Inter at home, it is the San Siro. We have Inter Milan having 40% of the possession, and Arsenal having 60%. Total goal attempts. Inter had 7, Arsenal had 21 goal attempts. Now, let's go to the one that matters, and that is shot on goal. Now, the shot on goal, if you look at this now, I want to just go straight to that one. Shot on goal. Where is it? Where okay, I don't think it's evident. Now this one, this shot, look at it. Inter happens to be at home, and fair play to Inter Milan, because we all know this. We all know that is how an Italian side will actually play their game. We know that's how the Italian side play their game. And basically, I want to concentrate on that. As Inter were good that day, so you can't take it away from them. They had just few chances. They didn't create more chances. I think in that game, they have only one shot on target. And that shot on target was the penalty, and they scored it. And when they scored it, Arsenal could not find answer. So to be honest, it was a poor performance by the Arsenal team. Yes, Martin Odegaard came back on. I think in the late bit of the game, I think around the 93rd minute. And that was when Arsenal was trying to push everything for the game. And it was not actually making sense at that point in time. You know, Arsenal could not get the goal. But what did I want to point out from that game? There are two things I really prayed from that game. Arsenal is doing some things right now. They are kind of getting better. And I believe that, you know, with the presence of Odegaard back in the team, I believe that we will play better, even again looking up to the game against Chelsea. We were poor in that game. I think Nwaneri came in very late. Trossard had come up. And now, let me mention this. Trossard has not been finding his feet, even after he has been clamoring for playing time. Some people were even shouting that, Trossard is supposed to start ahead of Susuru person, supposed to start ahead of both Martinelli and Odegaard and Trossard at the moment have not been playing so well. So it doesn't really matter who we say we are starting, whether you are starting Odegaard or you are starting Martinelli. Let me tell you, both of them, none of them have actually been okay this season, in the sense that I look at it and I say, look at them this season. None of them actually at the moment have done anything, you know, to deserve a start. And when you look at the game, you see people clamoring, this guy should start. Whether Martinelli, I think Arsenal still need to get probably a winger, and a winger on that side, and probably Trossard is always better coming off the bench. So for me, if I am going to speak, permit me to speak, because if I don't speak about this, you know, I know Liverpool fans will always, you know, talk about that, this and that. We actually need there, and you see people comparing us with Man City. Now let me tell you something. Who is injured in the Man City team right now? Only Rodri. Only Rodri is injured. They said Kevin De Bruyne. Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne and Rodri is missing, and Man City is not playing well. Why? Why don't they crucify them? Now let me tell you, we have had a lot of our own players, you know, injured. Key players. When I mean players, you know, there's a difference between you having injuries to, you know, players, and then having injuries to some important players. For example, let me assume that it was our right back that is injured, or our left back. We have substitution there. It doesn't really matter. We can cut corners around it. But let's assume Kai Havertz is injured, probably maybe any other person. We don't have replacement for these guys. So look at Man City. When the core guys are out there, it has been proven that Manchester City, even themselves, despite how big their squad is, they cannot go. So I don't know how somebody will now tell me that, you know, we don't have the same as big squad as Manchester City. We now say, okay, we will play that and say no injury. Fine, the injury is available, and we all have to move on with the season. Yes, it's no problem, because when Manchester United had injury last season, and they had a lot of their player out. When Chelsea had all of their player out, they had to go on with the season and they didn't perform well. But I want people to just understand that we should maintain the same energy, because injury-wise, there is nobody that plays with injury. Injury, they follow anybody play. So I think it's one thing that we need to realize. Even me personally, I understand the fact that injury has actually reduced Arsenal this season, and probably. But this is what I want to say. Many Arsenal fans think that are making arguments about, you know, Arteta in, Arteta out, Arteta in. Put yourself in the condition of the owner of Arsenal at the moment. You have a manager that has improved the team thus far, taking the team to the Champions League. The team is playing well, competing for the league. Even if he doesn't win a trophy, you personally, as a business, will you sack the manager? You won't sack the manager. Now, it is only we fans that are clamoring for him to win something. Yes, I'm not indulging him saying that he should not win, he should not win a trophy. But it doesn't matter. What I feel we need to know is this. if the board is not ready to get this guy out, this guy is going nowhere. So the best thing we can do is look at how he can improve the team. Let him improve the team in that way and win trophy. Look, my love for Arsenal come first. I don't care whether it is Arteta that's managing the team or anything. My first priority is Arsenal winning. I don't care if anything happens. Arsenal wins. Even if I want the manager sacked, I still want Arsenal to always win games. So that is my own stance on that, and I expect him to I believe because let me tell you something. I'm still expecting Arteta that despite the terrible start of the season, I'm expecting him to be in the top two. I'm expecting to be in the top two, probably even if he's not winning the league. And for me, if he gets to the semi-final or the final of the Champions League, gets to the final of the FA Cup and the final of the Carling Cup or something, or maybe wins an FA Cup, final in the Champions League, and if he comes second, I'm telling you, I am okay with it. It's an okay season for me, even if it's the FA Cup, because I know that there's improvement. But for me, what I know is that Arteta cannot afford this season, not to win the trophy. So that would be that. Let me not just bore you on Arsenal. That's my monologue on Arsenal generally. So I don't think we have the, we have the governor to say, okay, if he doesn't win the league, then they sack him. Let me tell you, the owner of the club know what they are talking about. They know what they wanted, and they know what they were expecting of Arteta when they brought him in. And I'm very sure if he's not giving them what they want, nobody else will tell them saying they sack him. They will sack him immediately. They don't need, our own permission. They don't need our own. They don't care what we do. We are the fans. Although I don't know of how powerful the United Kingdom fans are. I don't know if Arsenal fans go to the stadium to protest. Maybe they have no choice. But for me, I feel from here where we find ourselves, the best we can do is just support the team. Whenever we want to criticize, let us criticize openly, and then give normal criticism to the team, and then we move on. We expect the team to do well. Now, moving straight to Liverpool. Now, Liverpool is a team that has actually been flying this season. They have been flying. They destroyed this person again. On Tuesday now. When is that? I think on Tuesday. They destroyed Leverkusen. German champions. I keep telling people, look at this same Liverpool that looks terrible against Arsenal. They went ahead and dealt with this. And when I saw the game against Arsenal, Liverpool, we were saying, Liverpool were poor. Against Arsenal, Liverpool was not poor. Liverpool was just not able to play against Arsenal. Arsenal made them look poor. That was the way it looks like. But because everybody has agenda, their own narrative, everybody wants to say their own part of the story. They will tell you Liverpool is poor that day. Liverpool was not poor. Liverpool played their game because they are one of the best teams in Europe. They destroyed Leverkusen 4-0 on Tuesday, and they are flying. And I guess we'll be going into the games they have over there on the weekend also soon, very soon. And also, who other do I want to talk about? Yes, I cannot go without mentioning it. The Amaron boys. I'm very sure most of Manchester United fans now will be first. And I saw many Manchester United channels celebrating Amaron win against Manchester City. Can you imagine? Fans are not start. Shout out to people like Anita Mobi. They are the ones that are supporting. The manager never even reach their side. They are happy say don't beat Man City. That he beats Man City with Sporting doesn't mean he will beat Man City with United. But anyway, and personally, my opinion concerning Amaron. I know I've mentioned it. I'm not against it. I just feel Amaron will not play a kind of pattern that will be sustainable at United. People don't come from my head. I know it's possible he comes in and does well, which is possible. Anything happens. But for me, just feel let us see what will happen, and we'll see how we move on. So that result was there. I know Victor Gyökeres in that game. I think he got an hat-trick in that game. And that guy, I don't know what I'm doing. Arteta, what are you doing now? Go and get this boy for me. Another key games we'll be looking at in the Champions League is also let me see. Yes, I must talk. If I did not talk about anyone, I must talk about this one. But we have Barcelona 5-2, and then we also have Bayern Munich winning Benfica 1-0. But all this one does not concern me. There are two things I want to also actually mention here. The first one is Brest. People have not been watching this Brest, but this Brest has been flying in the Champions League this season. I don't think they've lost any match. I think they've lost maybe one, but they're actually on the top half of the table in Champions League. So bigger shout out to Brest there in France. They're coming in, debut in the Champions League, and they're doing fine. But the key one I want to talk about is our boy Ademola Lookman. He went ahead against Stuttgart again and dealt with Stuttgart. As in, the guy on his own single-handedly finished Stuttgart. As in, the guy is moving mad right now. Ademola is moving mad. I don't know why they are giving him 24. Is it 14? I don't know. I can't know. They give him number 14 in Ballon, but this guy is actually on fire this season. And you see Arsenal fan, sometimes Arsenal fan, I look at you people and I laugh. When we were talking about when the rumor came out then, and last time I wanted to sign Ademola Lookman to go and play live, people say, "Oh no, he's trash. He's this. He cannot play ball. He's not good. He's not this." Now everybody is shouting, they did not buy Saka. They cannot buy Ademola Lookman. During that time when we were linked with this guy, nobody wanted this guy. All Arsenal fans were complaining that Ademola Lookman should not be in. It's not the level. It's not the level of Arsenal. Now, is this guy level of Arsenal? Now, let me ask you. I'm asking you. You can put in the comments saying, is this guy the level of Arsenal? You're telling me, Ademola Lookman, it's not this, it's not that, it's not getting it enough. The same thing goes there. And there are two guys I want to shout out. Honestly, Big Boy is my two Nigeria guys. I will always shout for them. Everybody knows me. I'm always shouting for anything called Super Eagles. And that's why I will tell you, let me tell you, this guy. And also, I would like to mention Victor Osimhen. Shout out to Victor Osimhen yesterday. The guy single-handedly sank Tottenham. And I can see people telling me, I was checking people say, Osimhen is trash, Osimhen cannot do this. My brother, if Osimhen gets to Arsenal, he will tear post. He will tear post. I don't want to hear anything. Who is there? You think Osimhen will be like Haaland that will go 4 games without scoring a goal? Osimhen will beat everybody. Instead make Osimhen get inside game. Osimhen will beat the defender. I tell you, this guy will deal with defenders, and I don't understand the reason, why people keep holding on to that fact, and they say because it's Nigeria. Big up our two Nigerians in the building, because right now I have 3 Nigerians busting my brain, and I believe they are up there. One of them is not playing for us, others are playing for us. Now, to shout out, big shout out number 1 to Bukayo Saka. I don't care what anybody says about you. You are a world-class winger. After Mo Salah, I don't think there's anybody better than you. Forget, some people will say Yemi Lamau. Well, I don't care. You can take that. That is Barcelona. That's your cup. For myself, putting Yemi Lamau beside Bukayo Saka, I don't even bloody care. Bukayo Saka is giving you output season by season. This guy has continued to give you output from the time he started playing. He hasn't dropped. I mean, okay, look at everybody shouting coke. There was a time they were comparing him with Phil Foden. Has there been any season Bukayo Saka went on a very Saka poorest season was better than even that season that we said he was doing well. Last season, people believe that he's very poor. He was lifting up. He was getting whatever. Saka still got more goal and assist than anything. Let me tell you something. For a winger, it's not about the goals and it's not about the assist. Why is Mo Salah racking up stats right now? Because he's giving us good assist. So big shout out to Bukayo Saka there. Big shout out to Ademola Lookman, who I'm still expecting to join us now this season. And big shout out to Victor Osimhen. Who actually dealt with Tottenham. I was very happy he dealt with Tottenham. Yes, today. And finally, on the Champions League generally, I wanted to give my opinion concerning the table. How do I think the table looks like? Now, okay, sorry. 2 people I will need to also mention that I kind of did not mention. First of all, United won yesterday, 2 goals to nil. 2 goals to nil, United. I think that I expected them to win that game. I believe no matter what, United will actually make a qualification in that particular game. No matter, it can't be what. Man, you cannot be the last 10 now. It's not possible. Man, you cannot be last 10. Man, you will at least get that qualification. So I expect them to do better. And the coming of their new coach, I think they will get better. And I've mentioned that Tottenham lost yesterday. I think the last person I will also mention will be Chelsea. Oh, they dealt with Noah. Noah opened the hack, and there was flood of goals. Noah opened the hack for flood of goals. It was 8 for Chelsea, and Chelsea had 6 different scorers for that game. Now, moving away from the Europa League, I would like to look at the Premier League fixture for the weekend. We have Premier League fixture for the weekend. We have Bournemouth, Brentford. We have Crystal Palace, Fulham, West Ham, Everton, Wolves, Southampton, Brighton, Man City, Liverpool, Aston Villa, Manchester United, Leicester, Nottingham Forest, Newcastle, Spurs and Ipswich, and then big one on Sunday is Chelsea and Arsenal. Now, let me just quickly give my roundup concerning this game. The first one I want to talk about will be Brighton and Manchester City. Now, I need to watch out for this game. I will be very, very. I'll be watching this game back to back. I think City is struggling really bad right now, and I don't think to be safe for me to tell you that City. I cannot conveniently tell you that City might likely win this game, and I have my reason for saying that because looking at this game, they have been playing well with the absence of. They're playing bad in the absence of Rodri. They have not actually been playing well at all. They have been playing terribly well. Their defense is leaky. He has always been the one, anchoring play. There's not been anybody to anchor that play for them. They've not been, they've not been very, very good. And so this time they are playing against a Brighton side that, yes, they had a poor result in their last game, but I feel Brighton can give them some hope. But despite all, I don't know. I don't think I'm still going to be able to. When I go to my prediction tomorrow for the show, I don't think I can still predict Brighton to win. I think I will just play safe and play Man City because I don't know. City, you can't just vote against them because what they do. They can just go on their own and win a lot of games. So, but for me, I think I will be holding. I will wait. I would sit down and think about prediction and not give a prediction. I think it's going to be a tough game for Manchester City. Now, the next game I'll be looking at will be Liverpool game. Now, the Liverpool against Aston Villa, this is a game I feel should be trouble for Liverpool, considering the fact that Aston Villa did not play well in their last game, in their qualifying game. They lost against Club Brugge in the Champions League. So, I think they will give Liverpool tough time. But being at Anfield, and since Liverpool has been flying, like I tell you, Liverpool have been flying. I think the kind of Liverpool that come up, they've not actually lost. They've lost only one game this season and draw the games. And since they've done that, they've not actually been so bad in the game. So I think they will still one way or the other do well against Aston Villa. It's also going to be a tight one against Aston Villa. I'm going to the weekend game, and that's the Sunday game against Manchester United. Manchester United against Leicester City. For the Leicester City, let me tell you something about this. I think Manchester United will actually go on the run now. I saw their game against Chelsea and they were not that bad. It was just their finishing letting them down in that game. Manchester United had some of their finishing, their finishers actually being bad. They were bad during that game and they were not good enough. I think that is why they didn't win that game. So against Leicester, I'm expecting them to do well against Leicester. And sorry, I'm going to predict a Man U win for that game. And I'm going to give them 2-0 win against Leicester because I don't think Leicester will have what it takes to actually hold them or win them. And more again, it will be in the so-called big Old Trafford. I don't see them, losing that game against Leicester. So I'm going to give that one. I think it's a short game. I'm going to give it to United, 2-0 to United. I think with the split has risen with the departure of Eric Ten Hag. Don't let me talk much about that one. But because of the absence of Eric Ten Hag, I think Man U will start picking up a lot of points this season. I see them doing well, and even though their fans are worried that they are maybe number 12 or something, but I see them moving up in a couple of weeks. I think they will get results and they will bounce back after this game this season. Now, let me touch a little bit about Spurs. I think Tottenham Hotspur will win their game against Ipswich, even though it's going to be tight. But I think Spurs will win. I think they will win that game 2-1. I think they will win 2 or 3-1. Thereabouts. They will win that game. They have not been doing bad too. The only problem is they don't know how to defend. They don't have defenders. They only have attackers. And Ipswich also know how to go. They are good going forward. But I still feel like Tottenham has what it takes to beat them. And then we'll move to the big one in the weekend. The big one in the weekend, which is the game against Chelsea Arsenal. Now, I've been in the group and I've seen what everybody has been saying concerning Arsenal in this group. I'm sorry. We will show people on Saturday what kind of Arsenal that will match out on Saturday. Because right now, I'm telling you, take it from me. that Arsenal is getting back. I know we have lost two consecutively, but back to back lose now, and people have been calling Ateta all sort of name. Ateta is the new Tony Pulis in town. Ateta is the new Jose Mourinho in town. Let me tell you something. This time last season too, we were this poor. We were like very, very piss poor in the season. We were not doing fine. And suddenly, maybe it's January, we took off, and even though it was not enough for us to catch up with City at that point in time, we came back. But let me tell you, this season, we don't need 90 points to win the league this season. That's one thing I'm sure. Because so far so good. City has proven that they've not been doing well. They are not as City they used to be. Liverpool is flying, but I still feel like at a point in time in this season, injury to any of their players or something, drop in form, can actually bring them down. So I think that game is going to favor Arsenal. I really have not made up my mind what we're going to do on tomorrow's show concerning this game in the weekend preview, but I don't know. That game is actually going to be a nice one, and I'm sorry, I'm going to back Arsenal in this game because Odegaard is back, Saliba is available, we have our players fit. I think it's only Fiori and what's his name? This guy and Tomiyasu right now that we have injured at the moment. And me looking at that alone, I am believing, and I am just believing. I am believing that the kind of Arsenal that will match out on Sunday is actually going to be a different Arsenal to what we used to know. Now, not saying Chelsea is very bad, but I'm saying right now, Chelsea is likely to be missing out because I he has a 75% chance for play. Manager came out and mentioned something like that. You don't know, but he's trying to whine us. You don't know if it's true or he's trying to whine us. And finally, before I move on, I would like to also go into something that we have not been doing before on this channel, which we will probably be doing. That is the Fantasy Premier League. That's fine. I've been in a lot of groups in Fantasy Premier League. So let me just share my team with everybody today. And one thing I used to post about this season is that for the first time in history, I am the only one in the history of FPL that has all the most performing players in FPL currently in my team. You ask me how? I will tell you how. I was able to get every possible good player available in the season into my team. Now let me show you. Let me just show that on the screen. You can see that I have don't look at my defense. My defense is terrible. Don't look at my defense is terrible. I think at my part I'm expecting only Ederson from Man City. I have Gabriel in the defense. After one, I don't have another person. You guys are not able to save up. But that's my secret. I think I've been able to give you my secret now. So let me just show you what my team look like. Now, in my team, I have KP. I love him very much. I think you guys are very good defender. I see myself very good defender. Gabriel, Frederick, and Underberg. I just need just to save money. Just put it in there. Now, I have Cole Palmer, I have Mo Salah, I have Bukayo Saka, I have Erling Haaland. I'm telling you, there's no week that I'm doing it. It's only Haaland I'm looking at now that has not been doing fine, but I don't take him over the team at the moment. So right now, I have Palmer, who is likely to be 75% chance of playing. But I think I will leave it with the team if he's able to play. It will be good for me. Bukayo Saka, I'm sure, will show against Chelsea. I expect Palmer to show if he plays against Arsenal. Mo Salah against Aston Villa should also show. I'm expecting Erling Haaland to play a game against Brighton. I think he should be able to, if not anything, at least get or go. What is your own fantasy team? You can share it with us on Football Family. We appreciate that. And before we leave, finally on the show, we'll be looking at some news coming up towards this game in the Premier League. Now, the first thing I would like to talk about is okay. Now, the return of Martin Odegaard. I think I actually mentioned that this guy, Arsenal has missed. Alex Kevin looks at the what he played. He said Martin Odegaard's first appearance is 31st August. Has got some blessings for everyone connected to Arsenal. I will for this guy. Let me tell you something. In the world right now, open play chances created in the last season. Martin Odegaard alone 93 open play chances. You people that are complaining that Arsenal is attacked, Arsenal don't have attack. This guy created 93. The next person has 88, 89, 90, 1. He created at least 5 chances more than the next, which includes Bruno Fernandes and Luzeski. Now, let me tell you something that you don't know. People are shouting that, Arsenal, if they are not playing, they have been playing poor this season. Arsenal is a Saka FC. Let me tell you something. Look at it. Martin Odegaard created 93 chances, open play chances. Saka created 87. Saka is number 3 in the Premier League last season. Odegaard is number 1. Now, those 2 players are missing for Arsenal this season, and he said, "I'm far from them." It's like I think people should just keep this hypocritical criticism of something. Let me tell you something. With Odegaard starting matches, Arsenal has 77. Arsenal has only won without Odegaard 12 games. So yes, call Arsenal Saka FC or Odegaard FC. I'm glad he's back, and you will see a different Arsenal. And there's a lot. Look at, don't even let me go into it. I think that's one thing you need to understand. The way Odegaard makes Arsenal tick. I don't want to even hear it. I'm just happy that he's back. When he played against it, I didn't even want him to play against it. I wanted him to just come in against Chelsea. I know that he definitely will make a difference against Chelsea. I was happy to see him get back on the field against Inter Milan. He ran around a little bit, and then probably if he's not able to get 90 minutes against Chelsea, he should be able to get a big part of that game against Chelsea. I'm tired of Trossard as our 10. Trossard has not been okay this season. I am okay with Martinelli. I can continue to play Martinelli because he does defensive goal. And if anybody that wants to find me on that my statement, I don't mind. Martinelli, the kind of work he does defensively, you can continue to abuse it. But I am okay with him the way he does that until we get a better replacement that promises to do something going forward. Saka is doing enough. With Odegaard back, I'm still positive that even we can win the league this season, despite the fact that we are 7 points down. I feel we can go on a run with the return of Martin Odegaard. So it's a big news that this guy is back into the game. Now, also, some things I want to look at, some key questions. I saw this and I thought that I should share with you guys. It's like, can Brighton punish City on the counter? City has been dodged defensively. So I think those are the key things I want us to. I think I'm okay with these particular key questions, and that's what I will be asking the panel tomorrow on the show. I'm going to be asking the panel this tomorrow on tomorrow's show. So look, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, or Saturday morning, we'll be on the show. Aremo will be available. Everybody, big group, everybody will be on the show. And if you want to join the show, we'll be posting the link in the channel. Just join the show. Let us have fun. Let us discuss this topic. So the topics include: can Brighton punish City on the counter? Will Odegaard inspire Arsenal? Can Liverpool tighten their grip on the top spot? And Van Nistelrooy to sign off in style against Leicester, which I think will be right. Battle of the bottom 2 sides, and then McNeil and Derek to make the difference. There's a fourth successive win beckons for Forest. Forest are flying this season. Davies duel with Pedro, Porro could prove decisive. That is in the game against Tottenham. And I don't expect many goals in the match against Newcastle. And why Brentford can bounce back against AFC Bournemouth. So these are all the things we are going to be looking at in This, so I'm going to be keeping the link of this. I'm going to be keeping this link, and that's what we're going to be, looking at in tomorrow's show. So overall, today, thanks for joining the show today. Like, we'll be back tomorrow. I was not able to big up. Let me quickly big up as many people that are watching the video right now. I can see you live. Thanks so much for watching the video. Don't forget to hit the like, button when you're going out, and then share, and then leave your comments, please, so that we can get your opinion on what you have discussed. And please, the show tomorrow is very, very important. Everyone will be on the show tomorrow. Let's just be a part of the show. Big up you for watching. Thank you so much. I don't know who you are, but just leave a comment. You can leave a comment on the video so I can know who you are. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining the channel. So tomorrow we'll be discussing this particular topic tomorrow on the show. Big up everybody that has watched the show today. Don't forget to meet the show tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be making the prediction that is we'll be able to win the whopping sum of 20,000 naira. 20,000 naira is up for grab for anybody who wins the prediction table. So if you are watching, all you need to do is watch the show, drop your prediction, and that's all to sign up. Free of charge. It's not difficult. Just sign up, watch the show, and put your comments, and you have stand a chance to win 20,000 naira. Now, finally, before I go, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to also leave your comments in the comment section. And as we leave, I want you guys to understand that I will be available also tomorrow. And please, if you want to do anything with us on this channel, just DM me. Let me know. If you want to get on the channel, maybe you want us to talk, maybe I have something that I've said that you want to counter against, just tell me, just call me, let us chat. I always love football chat. I can always do a show for you if you want to come on. It will always be nice, to have you guys on the channel. So thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow, 8 a.m. in the morning. Stay blessed.